Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Damilola, Daniel, David, Irikomi, Isaac. Good afternoon, Jola, Kayla, Kendi, Olufunke, Samuel, and every other person on this call at this moment. I'm so excited to have you here. Finally, the day we've been waiting for is here, and we are so pumped up. Good afternoon once again. For those that are not in our region right now, we're in the afternoon here. So good morning to you, or good evening, wherever you are. My name is Grace Agono, and I am your host for this session. You can tell I'm excited. So like I said, I'm in Lagos. I'd like to know where you are. So my name is Grace, and I'm in Lagos. And I'm the project manager at Elenasy, so I'm going to say an organizer at this event. So let me know who you are. So if you are here and you're a student, I mean you were part of the bootcamp, please let us know. Say your name, where you are, and indicate student. If you are a sponsor, you paid for someone that just took the bootcamp or that just joined the class, your name, where you are, sponsor. If you are a relative, a friend, you're an attendee, let us know, please. Please introduce yourself in the chat box. Let's get to know you. Let's get to familiarize ourselves. I mean, you never can tell. We may have a hangout coming up for the people next to you. So let us know, please. My name is Grace, Lagos. I'm the organizer, or I'm one of the organizers, better put. So let me get to meet you. I'll be looking forward to your contributions in the chat box. So let's have them come in. Daniel, Lagos student. Good. Lagos student. Okay, please do not send to me directly. Make sure that your message is going to everyone. There's the option that please make sure that it's going to everyone and not a direct message. All right, let's have it come quickly. Isaac, Lagos. Isaac, who are you to us here? Are you probably a financier? Please let us know. Similar in Lagos, and thank you. We're glad to have you here. Let's keep it coming. Victorine, Maryland student. So I see many of our students here already. Jola, thank you for joining us. A relative here in Lagos. Anderson, Lagos student. Kayla, Lagos student. Favor, Lagos student. So yeah, you're going to notice that we have students here. They are the main reason for this gathering. Then we also have people, we have friends and family members who are directly and indirectly supportive of our students. So we want to say that we see you, we are appreciative of you, and we are glad that you are here. 5 weeks ago, we commenced on this bootcamp, and today, the D-Day, we are rounding up. We're going to be concluding the bootcamp with this session. So I'm just going to give a brief recap of the bootcamp. The bootcamp was organized by Elenasy. You're going to know more about Elenasy shortly. It was organized by Elenasy basically for teenagers. So we know that the summer is such that students get to relax, students get to rewind and reflect and make plans moving on. And we thought, well, what's the best way to make use of the summer other than getting a tech skill, other than getting a skill that will be very relevant to your future choices, your career choices, and the likes? So yeah, we planned it, and we have it. It's success, and I'm saying it's a success because I've seen the quality of students that we have produced. So these are people that had no knowledge in tech, and here we have testaments. We have people who can testify that tech is not as difficult as people make it sound if you have the right people to support you. So we are glad that we're able to support a number of students, and today they'll be showcasing what they have learned. And I'm going to say it again, these are people that majority of them had no knowledge in tech at all. We focus on front-end web development and product design. And in no time, we're going to be showcasing, our students are going to be presenting the project that they have worked on. Mind you, they worked on these projects on their own. On their own, yes, with guidance from the facilitators, because these are people that taught them, but they worked on this project on their own. So without further ado, let's proceed in the meeting. Yeah, so what's going to be happening here today? We're going to firstly know quickly about Elenasy. Then we're going to move on to recognize our facilitators. These are people who have contributed to the growth of our students. They are trainers. Then we have a guest speaker. We have someone, our guest speaker is someone who is a thought leader in the tech space already. So if you have a tech skill, it's because you are going to need that skill. You're going to use it to solve problems, to provide value. This is someone who has used tech skill that he has to provide value for humanity. And he's going to be our guest speaker today, giving you insights on how best to use the skills that you have acquired, what to do moving forward. So this is a very important session that everyone must pay attention to, especially the students, our graduating students, as I call them. Then move on to the students' presentation. Our students will be making presentation both on front-end web development and product design. Then we'll be awarding certificates and we're going to close this session. So make sure to sit tight and follow through. I'm going to invite my colleague and boss, Ire Odega. She's going to take this session, walking us through who we are at Elenasy.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's so nice having all of us gather here once again. I'm so excited, even the same way Grace has been bubbling with joy from today due to today's demo section. So I'll just talk briefly about Elenasy, who we have, so you have a better understanding of what we do. So we are revolutionizing the tech industry by empowering women through a one-stop platform. We offer cost-effective and accessible lifelong learning opportunities, economic empowerment, and a supportive community. That means we just don't offer training, but also provide a supportive community that will help every of our trainees grow on their career role. Our goal is to increase efficiency and the success of women in tech globally. At Elenasy, we believe in nurturing the potential of every child. And this was one of the things that bettered the Summer Tech Bootcamp we just were concluding today, especially in Africa. And every young mind have the power to shape the future. So I want to speak to our students and tell them that you have the ability, you have the strength to shape the future you want. And that future starts from now. And I want to encourage, even as you've started this journey in the tech field, I want to encourage you to grow with it, acquire more skills, and the sky will definitely be your limit. Thank you. Thank you so much. Grace, can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, so at Elenasy is founded by two individuals, two great women, Faith Oyepeju, my able co-founder and smiling CEO. I'm also the COO in Elenasy. That is how I manage the operational procedures, while Faith manages the whole company as a whole. Grace, please, can we go to the next slide? So today we have an awesome person as our guest speaker. He wears a lot of caps. A lot of caps. Is a spiritual father. It's an advisor. It's our pastor. He's a friend. He's a brother. In the person of Mr. Oyewale Oyepeju. He has done so well for the tech industry as a person, the food industry. Grace, let's go to the next slide too. He's a father. They also have our facilitators who have been so awesome in the course of the training. We have Dami, Lola, Aleyemi. Thank you so much. Thank you for the passion you put into our students. And we have also Samuel Gobis. So Damilola was the one who took the class for the front end students, front-end development class. So she instilled all those skills into them. And also Samuel too was the facilitator for the product design. So all the beautiful design that our students will be showcasing today, they were able to achieve that because of our facilitators. Then we have our judges here too with us. We have Jesu Damilola Ayodele. She's a front-end development judge, and we also have Genesis Anosike as a product design judge. So what we did is that we had to bring in external people to come and review the presentation, the demo of our students. So it doesn't look like the teachers are acting biased because it took Jesus, Damilola, and Genesis will be doing a great job as regards that. I want to go through Awale's profile briefly before I step down from my duty. Grace, please, can we have Mr. Wale's slide? Okay, so Mr. Wale Oyekbeju is a highly experienced entrepreneur. I would like to call him a serial entrepreneur, and a leader with over a decade and a half of pioneering innovation in the African technology sector. As a co-founder and a chief technology officer at Vendis, he brings extensive knowledge and expertise to the company, leading the design, development, research, and innovation of Vendis Enterprise Resource Planning. This is the ERP suite for products aimed at automating the global food chain, the global food supply chain, and ultimately making food business grow. So there's no other person that is so good for the duty of today other than Mr. Wale, because he has experiences in product design. He manages product design in Vendis, development, research, innovation. So you can imagine the great knowledge you'll be having from him today. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Wale, for honoring our invitation. We are really, really grateful. So let's sit back and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ma. So moving on, we are going to hear from our guest speaker, Mr. Wale. I can see him on the call already. Hello, sir.
Hello, everyone.
You have
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much for that introduction. When Iri was reading the profile and talking about me, I was like, she talking about another person or she talking about me? Anyway, thank you for inviting me, and thank you, Grace, as well. And thank you, everyone. The entire Elenasy management and staff. I really appreciate this invitation. I do not take it for granted, and I hope that the few minutes I will share with everyone, the students, who have worked very hard up to this point, would find it insightful. And also the parents, because I'm aware that the parents are also here, cheering their children, at this special occasion. So what I have to share with you guys today is very simple, and I've titled it, Don't Stop Learning. Don't Stop Learning. And so let me start by asking everyone, particularly the students, how are you doing today? Have you found this bootcamp very insightful? And if you've done so, can I see a thumbs up? Okay, so moving on. Yes, thank you. So I know that you have all worked hard this past weeks, and perhaps you're thinking, what is the next thing after the bootcamp? One simple advice I will give is this: don't stop learning. Don't stop learning. Keep learning. The best approach to learning is to never stop. I want to encourage you all to learn as much as you can. Practice as much as you can and work towards being the best, not just good, but the best. The author of the book, Good to Great, says that good is the enemy of great. you are on your journey to greatness, and you will get there when you keep learning and you don't stop. Okay? What you have learned over the past weeks is at best what we call introduction to the world of graphics design, product design, and front-end development. And with what I've heard about you guys, many of you will become world-class developers, product designers, even before you graduated, or some people even before they got into the university. But how do you achieve this? You will achieve it if you don't stop learning. You are at an advantage, every one of you. You are at an advantage today because why? Your parents paid for this. Your parents have invested in you. Make it count so they can do even much more. Okay? Now talking about me, I grew up not as privileged as you. When I was your age, I didn't even have electricity to learn. How much more a laptop? I lost my mom when I was 2 weeks old and my dad when I was in primary 3. Many times in primary and secondary school, I couldn't even get to study for my exams, but that did not deter me from achieving great success. I had the best result in my JSSC exams, passed my GCE in SS2, and had one of the best results in my WAEC and got into the university on merit. I realized quickly that education was my escape from lack, from dependence, and I realized that I will one day become independent. And it is what I can do for myself and for the people out there. That is what will separate me from others. So I wanted to be great. I knew I had greatness in me. I have lived all my life with the consciousness that I need to be great. Consciousness of greatness has always been in me. I knew that I was specially made for greatness. So I learned to be great. I did great stuff. I solved problems that others didn't want to solve. I practice, and practice to be better, to shine, to become number one in everything I do. Sometimes I became number 2. Sometimes I became number 1. Many instances, like being class captains from primary school to secondary school to becoming assistant senior prefect, even though my eyes was on being the senior prefect. Okay? So sometimes you may want to aim higher and then you don't get what you want, but that's also life. You win some, you don't win some. So when the internet became a thing in the 90s, I wanted to be best at it. I would spend all my money at the cyber cafe. Sometimes money meant for food, just to understand this thing called internet. I bought my first computer in 2003, and since then, I have never looked back. No one asked me to do all this. No one asked me to get a computer. I just wanted to learn. So I enrolled myself in NIT at the time. While everyone was still figuring out Oracle 9i programming language, I already finished the textbook and I was ahead of the class curriculum. I passed my Oracle certification exam when the whole class was still halfway into it. I opened my first business, a computer training and service center, straight out of the university. I sold the computer business for more than ~1 million naira in 2006, to go and learn as a software trainee because of the quest, to learn. I got into MTN, implemented the very first global virtual top-up, and then resigned to work in a media technology company to learn as well. I started my business out of the curiosity to learn. I became an IBM partner in Africa, offering services to companies and learning along the way. I've never stopped learning. I'm still learning as I speak to you. You cannot outgrow learning. Learning is continuous, and to stay ahead, you've got to enjoy learning. Don't learn just to pass exams. Learn to discover new things, new solutions to problems that are confronting all of us today. Learn to make the world a better place, not just for you alone, but also for your parents, for your family, friends, colleagues, and the world at large. There is still innovation, invention waiting for you to discover. I mean, all of you, each of you. So keep learning. You apply design thinking, for instance, the colors, the themes, the texture, the fonts, the style, to solve real problems, because they all have a way of shaping our experiences. To be a good designer, you've got to learn empathy, putting yourself in the shoes of the people you are designing for. How can you make their experience better? What problem are you trying to solve for them? As a graphic designer, web designer, product designer, how can the product you are designing, the website, the t-shirt, the mug, the cup, the flyer, the card, the toy, the bag, how can they all make the lives of people better? How can they improve the experience? How can they bring joy, happiness to people? How can they put a smile on their faces? This has got to be what you learn when you want to design. Sometimes it will require stepping into the way, into their day, to understand their experience, what they are currently experiencing, what exactly is the pain point, just to understand the problems, just to understand the root cause. And this takes being adventurous, to see the world in the lens of others, okay? And as a front-end developer, you also need empathy to develop applications, write codes that work and not to frustrate users. If you can use what you have developed, then others can use it. But you've got to be sure you have built what people need. The user experience is important, and you've got to continuously learn how to make the experience better. Think of the cars, the planes, and every great invention you all see today. Imagine a plane AC stop functioning. Imagine how unbearable life would be to everyone on the flight. Imagine at McDonald's, the software driving how you pay for the ice cream and the fries stopped working. Think for a minute, the long minutes you've got to do to make payment. So as developers, there is still a lot to learn. The journey of solving real problems, leveraging technology, is exciting. And you have done well to have started this early. I'm excited for you guys, and I congratulate you. You have all done well. Please, I beg you, build on what you have learned. Don't stop learning. Don't stop learning. You may feel like quitting. Sometimes you may feel unmotivated to continue. When this happens, it's okay to take a break for a day or two, to smell roses, play PS5, watch TV, or play football with friends, just to distract yourself a bit and clear your head. You are not alone. It happened to me a number of times. I did not quit because of the sheer determination to be great in life, to be the best. I know this won't fall on my laps without pushing. So rather than quit, I took a healthy break and came back to learn more. This has helped my creativity a lot, and it should help you in those difficult moments as well. It is only when you quit that you don't get to the top. When you keep motivating yourself, moving towards the finish line, it is only a matter of time you will get there. Learning is not a sprint, it is a marathon. You've got to be in it for a long time. You are likely within the age of 9 to 18. I tell you, you've got to learn till you are 100 years old. I pray you get to that ripe age in Jesus' name. Okay? Now, I encourage you, as you step out of the bootcamp, go online, buy books on design, on software development, and above all, ensure you also subscribe to the next Elenasy Bootcamp or cohort classes when the opportunity opens. I'm super proud of you guys, and I'm rooting for you. And I'm always available to encourage you guys. If you have questions, I'm here to listen to your questions and answer them. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wali. That was very insightful. And I hope we all got something from it. For myself, what I've taken home, I've written it down. What I've taken with me is learning is not a sprint, it is a marathon. And you have to be there for a long time. I mean, we see around us, a lot of things have been developed, but good news, there's a lot more to be developed, and you are going to be part of those people. So these skills that you have learned, they are to solve real problems. So for now, you may say, oh, it's easy now. Abi, but I mean, what you can do now, you couldn't do some 2 weeks ago. It got hard at some point. It's still going to get hard. It's still going to get harder. But the same way you have conquered it to this point is how you're still going to keep conquering, because you are still learning. So yeah, I'm also really proud of you. Every one of us at the Elenasy, we are so proud of you. And now we want to move to the moment that we have been waiting for. If you're ready, let me know. If we don't signify that I'm ready, I don't think we're going to proceed. So if you are a student, let me see I am ready. If I don't see that, then we're going to be here till you're ready. So if I see one person say I'm ready, then we're going to proceed. Okay, we are ready. All right, so now this is how it's going to go. For the sake of time, everyone is going to be talking almost at the same time, or better put, one after the other. So you're not going to get your feedback immediately after each person. We're going to do this after 4 people. So I will encourage our judges. We still have our facilitators, Samuel Geddes and Damola Aleyemi. They're also going to be part of our judges. Then we have with us, we have Favor Ayodele. Then we also have Genesis Anosike. They are going to be judging our presentation. So like I said, it is not a competition, so relax, but bring your best foot forward regardless. It's not a competition. We're not giving best to present and the likes. We're not giving those prizes. We are going to be getting constructive feedback. Judges are going to be telling you what to do, what to correct, where you did well, and the likes. So after 4 presentations, we're going to get feedback for the 4 people. Okay, so general feedback and what you need to take note of. So right now, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to call the first person who will be presenting. Oluwafi Irekomi. If you are here and ready, please share your screen now. After Oluwafi Irekomi is Folari Elizabeth. So start making preparation for your presentation, Elizabeth. But for now, Oluwafi Irekomi, I've stopped sharing my screen, so you can take over now. Thank you. So if you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Oluwafere Kamishiro. I am in Canada, and I was taught in the front-end development class. So this is project that I came up with, and it's about this program, sort of like Elenasy's, that teaches for specifically beginner developers. Now, I put a lot of time into this, and there are some certain features that I would like to talk about. So first thing, later in the week, I was taught how to do this. Just to click buttons and it takes you to a separate page. And I did that with two of them, which were both this login and create a free account. Takes you exactly where it is. And just a click of a button, you could go anywhere. Now, I'm going to show you the code. So we only used HTML and CSS. And first thing was HTML. So we were taught how to type HTML, just this, then pressed enter with this tag, and then it closed to make this. So this is the beginning part. This is the second beginning part of every single website. You have to put this up first before the browser knows what it is. Then we started putting everything in. So this head is where you may put in all of the title and everything you want to show before anything else shows. That's why all of these font awesome things and Google Fonts things are in the head because so that they can show earlier. Then after that we were taught how to use paragraphs, which are down here, and headings which are right above it. And now headings have separate sizes depending on which type it is. So there's 6 of them, H1 to H6. And H1 is the most important one. So it would show up as the biggest no matter what, because its font size is very high. Then we started going into divs and classes, and then selectors. And there's a few selectors, but the two I use the most in here are ID selector, which is being used here, and whenever you see these, there's called IDs. And in here, that's when we started using CSS. So the ID selector, that second selector I was talking about is the universal selector. And it's basically used to make it so that even if another person has their default browser, the default browser's font set to something else, if you put font family into this, then it will just keep it as that for everything and every single device, no matter the browser type. Now, CSS is called cascading style sheets, and it basically tells you what it says. In the name, it has style, and it basically edits everything in the HTML. It can move things around, it can change their colors, and you can add images, background colors. You can make things, do things when they hover, and all of those specific stuff that you would like to see when entering a website, instead of it looking bland. Like instead of it looking bland, like this, not this, no. Instead of it looking bland like this. Wait, no, not that. Instead of it looking bland like this, and there's nothing arranged. I mean, like, everything's not in the way that you expect it to be, looking beautiful and fine and all of that. So that's the point of CSS. And later on, we were taught how to use classes for the divs in here. So we can specifically edit whatever is in this, whatever is in the elements. So using classes, you have to use this dot in CSS just so it refers to a class instead of anything that's named that. Then I went on and started styling, moving things, and all of that, on all of those things to make it look good. Then we went on to doing sections, which is how I made these ID selectors work, where you go anchor href. By the way, an anchor is used to take you to another page because it's basically a link. Now I used href hashtag, which symbols an ID. And then we went, and if I go down here, you see it has this exact same ID. So if you click on that, it'll take you right to here and everything that's showing in here. Now back to sections. Sections are used to separate things because if you have a bunch of code everywhere and you can't really find things, this is good to like make all of these elements stay in one section and not go anywhere else. All of these, then we went to font awesome. First, we can't use it without this long line code. Now, before we started using these positions, all we're doing was add margin and padding, which made things not look as great because these are boxes that won't allow any other elements stay beside them. So if I removed this or deleted this from every single one, then they just stay in the CSS way and everything would be right under each other instead of being beside each other. So we use positions and there's five main ones.
Please, you can begin to round out.
Okay, so Position is used to move things with top and bottom. An absolute makes it so that it starts from the beginning. Relative makes it so that it starts from where it was originally. Static makes it so it's HTML style. Sticky makes it so that whenever you want to, when you're moving the screen and you go down, at a certain point, it will stop moving and go with the rest of the screen. Then you have fixed, which makes it stay there, and so that whenever you're scrolling, it's always where it was, and no matter if you scroll down or up, it will always stay there. And all of these extra things with fonts are all just to change their size. Font weight is used to change their boldness. All of these things are just other things. Forms, labels, inputs are for when you want to do forms, stuff like this. And breaks are for when you want a little gap in between everything. Next thing is favicons. I put them down here. And this little line is called HR, which you can use just to make a line there if you want to separate it. And that's all I can say for my project.
Thank
Thank you
you
for listening.
so much, Rekomi. That was a very good one. You see how much details that you put into your project. So well done. Thank you. Our judges, please, I hope you saw what Rekomi did. I know that you've taken notes already. So we're going to have feedback for Komi and the others. I'm going to mention when we'll be having that. Yeah, moving on. So I'm going to mention this. Please turn on your videos and you have 4 minutes to present. Turn on your videos, please, and you have 4 minutes to present. Thank you, Komi, once again. So now we are going to have Folari Uluwadarasimi. Are you ready? I believe you are. Please share your screen now and commence your presentation. You have 4 minutes. You have to turn on your video. You need to see your face, then make your presentation.
My Florence, and I belong. I'm from product design class. Here are some of my projects. Here are some of my project work. I created a website for a secondary school, and the name of the school is Treasure High School, as you can see on the screen. I created this website with an application called Figma. Figma right here, figma.com. You just click this place like Figma is a site that is used for web designing and mobile app designing. See, it soon come up now. Figma have Figma has Fig Jam in it, and it can be used for wedding. Okay. As I was saying, I firstly I choose the frame by clicking on the frame two. But to write, yeah. By clicking on the frame button, saving in Figma, I haven't come up right now. I inserted one application. freepik.com. Right here in freepik.com. I also search for the school logo right here.
Falami, please, when you fix your network, please join back. I notice you're no longer sharing your screen. Let's wait for a few seconds, and if she's not able to continue, we move on to the next person. Falami, I can see you're still on the call. If you can hear me, please let us know if you're still going to be presenting now. If you're still good to go. Okay, good. Falami, rather, we are going to come back to you. So let's give you the next 5 minutes to sort your connection and be ready to prepare to present. So you have the next 5 minutes. Kindly stop sharing your screen. Gloria, you'll be going after Folari. Gloria, then we have Anderson. So Gloria, please share your screen. Turn on your video. Turn on your. Let's see you. Please go ahead. You have 4 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Good day, everyone. So, my name is Gloria from Product Design class. So, here's a copy of my presentation. So, I started with I'm sorry, let me make this clear. So this is a design. My design is about a school website that is trying to have an online presence. So before I started, I ensured that I had my wireframe selected in order to have my design ready. And after that, I ensured that my the pictures I need, I got it from Free Pick. The icons such as the school logo, this I got them from Flat Icon, and this too.
That must be our network. So, Falari, are you ready? If Falari is ready, you can come up. If you're not ready yet, then we'll move to
Screen, what is
Anderson.
on your screen? Finish.
Okay, your mic is unmuted already. So
Yes.
go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah. No, it's supposed to be figured. Wait. Before you did it, there's something that
Falari, you should be addressing us while you are trying to share your screen so you can commence. Your 4 minutes is counting already. Falari, if you are speaking, we can't hear you. You are muted, so unmute your microphone and proceed. You have 1 minute to go, Larry. So if you're not ready, not to worry, don't feel pressured. We can come back to you. So let's do that, please. Anderson, let's have you. So Larry, when we are coming back to you, you should have opened your project. Don't start when you are called. Let your project be ready, and that should be your screen. All right. So Anderson, you can share your screen now and comment. Anderson Bada, you can present now. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anderson Bada. I belong to Frontend Development class.
Please turn on your video.
My video is not working.
All right, you can proceed.
For my project, I decided to build a zoo website using HTML and CSS, which I would like to take you through. This is the homepage for the navbar. I got a grass picture from unsplash.com, and for the header, I got a lion picture from unsplash.com as well. So let me take you through the code. So I wrote welcome to Anderson Zooland using H1 elements. And for the about us, book tickets, contact us, and sign in, I used hyperlink. Then I made a class named container. Then I put background color green. Then I put about us. Then I now wrote everything about my Zooland. After that, I made a gallery full of pics from unsplash.com. Now let me take you through sign in. So the sign in page, I created the sign in page. I wrote the sign in page with H2 elements. And for the icons for menu and back, I got it from Icons website. Now let me go back. And for the book ticket, and for the booking ticket, I got a picture from unsplash.com. Then for the navbar, I put a blue background color. Then I went to Font Awesome CDN and put the CDN on my code. Then I went to font. Then I put the font family. After that, I put the header and colored it violet. Then I put booking service. Then I put 1 person and 1 child is $40, and 2 people and 2 children is $80. I'm done.
Anderson, we can no longer hear you. Okay, you are done. Thank you. You did not mention, or did I miss that? Okay, thank you, Anderson. You can stop sharing your screen now. Our judges, I hope we're taking notes. So Anderson, you can stop sharing your screen. Thank you. Gloria is ready. So Gloria, you can share your screen and let's have your presentation. Mind you, you don't have 4 minutes anymore. You have 2 minutes. Please make use of that and be quick.
So this is my website design for school. So I ensured that the color I picked was purple and yellow with white, because purple signifies royalty and creativity, while the yellow one signifies happiness. The white signifies purity. So I picked my pictures from Free Pick and my icon, such as this from Flat Icon. So in ensuring that my design was ready, after I was done with my wireframe, I ensured that I got everything, even my fonts ready. So as you can see here, welcome to Royalty Academy. This is the title of this is the name of the school, and this is the title of the website. It's kind of, it's a bold title, so it's making people to be aware of not just the picture on the background, but the name of the website or the owner of the website. I also added an overlay over the write-up so that the picture will not overshadow the write-ups of the write-up, sorry. Then here's my header that has the school logo, the school title. From there, you see the admission and the home, the about buttons are also there. Then this is the contact button, and this is the button to use to learn more about the school. This is all the details about the school that is actually on the home page. So after designing this, I ensured that the layout of my design was not too crowded and it's visible to the audience so that everybody can see what the website is actually talking about. I also ensured that my fonts were placed, they were properly aligned. I also ensured that when I was using the fonts, I ensured that I used the right font for the right message. Even the pictures here, I ensured that they were not too, like they were not overshadowing the messages I was trying to display on the screen. Then here, testimonials of order for me to promote the school website. So that is all I have to say concerning this.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you. So Timileyin Odunlami, please, you can share your screen. Gloria, please stop sharing your screen. So Timileyin can. After Timileyin, then we're going to get feedbacks from our judges for the presentations. So Timileyin, over to you. Please make sure to turn on your camera. We want to see you, and you have 4 minutes to present.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Timilen Odolami. As our facilitator has said, I am broadcasting from Lagos, and I'm here to present a school website that I have been working on. Can I please have a bit more time? Unfortunately, it seems there has been a bit of a network error with the website I was going to use for the presentation.
Okay, so you can sort that out, then you present after the judges' feedback. So our judges, let's hear from you. I'm going to start from Damilola, our trainer, front-end trainer. What do you think of the presentation so far? I would love to see your face too if you can turn on your video, because I know you had mentioned that you may not be able to, but if you can, please do. So Dami, let's hear from you.
I'm so sorry, I will not be able to turn on my camera now.
Okay.
But yeah, so far, I think, well, they did a great job considering the time they had, and plus the fact that they had to be their own designers. I saw a lot of designs that are shocking me, but I think considering the fact that they had to learn this in just 4 weeks, and in like 3 days they came up with a project idea and design it, I think they are doing well. That's for the front end track. For the design track, they did amazing. It's amazing work they've done in such short period. Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you, Dami. Do you have any specific feedback to anybody based on the work you've done so far?
I think I've given them all the feedback I would have to give in class. Let the judges just
Okay. Okay, thank you. So Samuel, our front end trainer, please let's hear your feedback. So we would like that students get their feedback for people who are on the call too, and I mean they were not in class. So please let's give feedback. This is what you should do next time. This is what you should not do. So that means I'm going to come back to you because you're not speaking to only your students now. So this is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. This is what you did well. Yeah, so let's have those. Samuel, over to you.
Good afternoon, Grace. Good afternoon, everyone. It's just sad that network has not been quite friendly for some of the students in the product design class. Up until I think yesterday or day before, we took a look at most of the things they've worked on, and it would have been nice to show everyone the diverse set of design works they've done. But we're hoping that the network would favor them along the presentation so they can share their designs and walk us through everything. Then as for the front end guys, I'm really amazed to see what they've come up with over the short time period. And for now, I don't have any feedback because I'm leaving that to our external judges, so I don't give bias judgment or bias feedback. But so far, impressive designs, impressive layouts, and I like the fact that they took us through their code and were able to speak through all the lines of text that they have included in their implementation.
All right, thank you. So just Damilola, can we hear from you? What are your thoughts on presentation so far?
Okay, hello everybody. Thanks
Can
for
you
having
turn
me.
on your camera, please?
Oh, good. I have to. All right.
Would be nice. Well, you can't, no problem, but would be really nice. Our students are turning on their cameras, so please let's also do that. Thank
All
you.
right. Now you can see me. Okay, so I joined late, but I was able to like check out, I think, 2 of the front end guys. That's I think, is that a name?
Anderson and Oluwafemi.
Yeah. So just feedback, yeah. I mean, the designs are nice. I like the fact that you mentioned that they were given 3 days to like come up with that. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're right.
So they were given 3 days to come up with that.
Yes, just that.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. So for Furekomi, I just picked up some things. I like the fact, so I saw his code. I like the fact that his codes were clean. He structured it nicely. And then for the main website, for the header, I noticed a little bit of this thing that I would like to like correct. Instead of using the create new account on the header, it could have used sign in or sign up. I don't know if it's listening. I'm not sure.
I'm sure it is. You can continue. I'm sure it is.
I should continue. And also for the sign up and the sign in, just a little bit of how should I put it? Structuring. Okay, yeah, listening. All right. So you can actually work more on the structuring of your login and sign up page. I mean, but all generally that's like nice work, top notch. Out of 100, I'll give you like 70 for 3 days, and you learned within a month. So that's good work.
Thank you. How about your feedback for
For
Anderson?
Anderson, so the first thing I picked was the color. The header, I think it was more of like a rush work on, that's what I think, but I feel like there's still a lot of work to be done. You can like clean up your header, the banner image you used, instead of having like two pictures of the lions. You can actually use allow the image to fit that space, not just breaking it. So I think it's more of the coding. So you can work more on the code, and also the coloring. I think there's like a color picker that can be used to like arrange the colors and just use colors that fit each other, not using red, blue. I've forgotten the way the website looked, but you can work more on the coloring. I didn't get to see the code, but also structuring of code is better. But like I said, for Fluid Community, it's actually amazing work, and the tutors, you guys have done a great job within that short period of time. And you guys came up with this. So Anderson and Fury coming, that's good work. Amazing. Nice job.
Thank you so much, Jesse Damilola. Genesis, can we hear from you? What will be your feedback
Can I
to
put up my video now?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
So Genesis, what will be your feedback to the design that you have seen?
All right. Hi everybody.
Hi.
Sorry, trying to get my
Okay.
videos going. All right. So, first of all, it's really, really nice to be here. Thank you very much for the privilege. I was able to see designs from two people. Those are Elizabeth Follering and Gloria. First of all, I just want to say that amazing work across board for both front end engineering interns, learners, and product design learners. So, thank you very much. I think it was amazing work. I didn't know the frame of time that was given for the work that was done, and then hearing that it was done in 3 days, and after having learned for just a few weeks, especially given especially given the fact that some of the learners are at least some of the learners I listened to were rather young. I think that is really impressive on the part of the learners. So amazing work across board, everybody.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
yeah.
Okay, you're not done.
Um,
Please go ahead.
yeah, no, I'm not. So for I tried to take notes. The presentations were rather short. But for Elizabeth Folarin, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about things that I think were really well done, and as well as things that might need a little work. So for Elizabeth Folarin, I think uh, the way she balanced color was really good. I very impressive for me was the fact that right off the bat, you were able to look at like you're able to make the background of the hero section, the part of the website that shows up first. You're able to make it darker so that the white text on top can be properly displayed, which is really good initiative. Um, that was really good. However, the one thing that I think, from what I saw, a couple of things I think you can work on are, first of all, the size of text. There is like a standard across how text should be sized, across whether you're designing for desktop, like a website that you designed, or you're designing for a mobile phone. Um, I think the text that you had in your menu was a little too big, and you could just reduce it a little more next time. And then there were a number of alignment issues that, again, given the amount of time that was spent on the design, I would still say amazing work done across board. But just those two were things I was able to pick up from Elizabeth's presentation. So awesome work with colors and awesome work with darkening the layer, but try to work on text and alignment. And then the second person was Gloria. I didn't catch the last name. Oh, Gloria Onyechi. Um, so the first thing I'm going to say is, in contrast to the previous candidate, really good balance of text. I like the way hierarchy flowed across the page. So it was easy for me to read downwards from the most important pieces of information, which are like the headers and titles, to body copy and button, and like the sizes were really good, and hierarchy wise, it was really well done. So that is amazing. Also, I think on the website there were some places where you had cards. You scrolled past them very fast, so I wasn't able to really catch a good look at them. However, I think the alignment on those cards were very well done. The alignment, the spacing on the cards were well done. So well done on those. A couple of things that I think you should work on are spacing. So in hierarchy, there are two things. There are two things that matter. First of all, is the size of the elements, and then the space between those elements also matter a lot. So it's important for me to be able to associate, for example, the text that is under your header. It's important for me to be able to associate it to the header. So the distance between them should not be too far, and the distance between that and the button should not be too far as well. So I'm sure Samuel would have resources that you guys can use to learn up really fast. And if you're able to achieve this in such a short time, I'm also sure that you'll be able to scale up really quickly. I think the second thing that you might need to work on is also alignment. Alignment, sorry, alignment across the page. So one thing I noticed was that on the sides of the page, what you'd call margin, the contents of each section were not perfectly lined up. They were like at varying lengths. So you have cards that are very far, like that take up the entire space, and then you have some content that is pretty much like just in the center. So I think you can work on that as well. Um, that's pretty much it from me. Thank you very much. Again, really good work done by you guys. Well done.
Thank you, Genesis. Thank you. So we're going to continue with the presentation.
Yes.
For the sake of time, we would have loved to end this meeting by 2 p.m., but with the way it's going, I'm hopeful. So let's work with time. So what's going to happen is we have about 6 people left to present. So we're going to go one after the other. So for now, Timileyin Odunlami, Favor Gono, Ojonugwa Yusuf, Victorine Eyogai, Kayla Obinwa, Nimoni Ajaybe. So you go in this order. So Timileyin Odunlami, please share your screen. You have 4 minutes. Turn on your camera or video.
Give me around 1 minute. Please, can you give me that around 1 minute?
1 minute.
Yes.
So you, why? Okay, no problem. I hope we're going to be able to have your presentation. So Favor Gono, I hope you are ready. Please share your screen now and present.
Please give me a minute.
I didn't get that.
Please give me a minute. Network issues.
So everybody's asking for a minute. We don't have that. We don't have that. We should be prepared and ready for this already. So I'm sorry, you have a minute counting already. So I'm going to give you that, after which you have to present now. So you have about 30 seconds to go. So we all should be ready. I've called everyone and we know that we're presenting today. We have Timileyin, Favor, Ojonugwa, Victorine, Kayla, Nimoni. Please prepare to present. Okay? If you have any issues, try as much as possible to get it sorted immediately. So who is ready? Timileyin, your 1 minute is up. Favor Gono, you have a few seconds, so I can say it's up. Unless you don't want to present today. So Timileyin, go ahead, please.
I'm ready.
Favor, if you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen. So Timileyin, you have to hold on.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Zell Design Class, and I would like to talk to everyone about Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Agunofio. This is a web profile, the help of Figma. Figma is the app where that thing. So can help you in designing and everything you want is features rather is yes. What I mean by frame,
Favor, we can't hear
and this
you.
bounding line.
Favor, we cannot hear you. You're having.
I didn't get the frame in color. Can't hear me. No. Can you
Favor,
hear
I
me
think you
now?
should try to sort your network, and we'll call you back as soon as Timileyin is done presenting. So stop sharing your screen and let Timileyin share his. Timileyin, over to you.
So good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. So for to for my own project, I had been thinking about creating a school website. So here I have been focusing on trying to use different kinds of fonts, but I ended up choosing the same font for almost all the pages here. I had to get different photos for each area. I ended up creating 3 pages for this project, which is the home page, the About Us page, and the Contact Us page. After the home page, I added different prototypes in Figma, where we are able to connect different pages or links together. So I was able to make button-like links in order for me to walk this through. So I ended up using the colors of yellow and purple, but I ended up using the purple like yellow and white colors in order to create the website, including a few images and also using a slideshow which did not work at the end of the day. So due to some errors, it was not able to work perfectly, but I was able to combine different aspects that our teacher had taught us in how to create the websites here. So I am done here though.
Okay. That was a nice one. All right, we're going to get your feedback soon. Favor, if you're ready, send me a text that you are ready, then we're going to invite you. Then let's have Ojonuga. Ojonuga, I hope you're also not going to ask for 1 minute because we don't have more 1 minutes. So Ojonuga, please share your screen and proceed.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ojenugwa, and I am in product design class. This design city design.
Yes.
This is my design done with Figma. Figma is Figma is a collaborative web application for interface design, and I did a tag design. A tag design is a customizable variable in a template that can be changed based on who is using it. I got the image from freepik.com. I got inspiration from the image, but I'm very fascinated by the architecture of the National Mosque. And I got this black icon from Flat Icons. I started off by selecting a frame which is at the upper left of the screen, which somehow looks like a hashtag. After that, I selected a frame size from the design panel by the right hand side, which is here. I also made use of alignment tools, which allow you to arrange layers on the canvas in relation to one another. The alignment controls are the right sidebar, which are here, which are here.
Ojanugwa, are you done?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So you can stop sharing your screen now. Favor, you can go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. So my design is coming up in a bit. Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. My name is Favor Agono. I'm a student from product design class, and I would like to talk to you on one of my projects. So this is a web profile of Thorn Mercy. She's a friend, and she needed an online space to advertise her work. All this came into existence with the help of Figma. Figma is an app which helps in designing and creating anything you would like to do on it. Figma also has a lot of features which can be used in designing and whatever we would like to use it. So to bring all this to existence, I've actually got a frame from Figma. This bounding line shows that everything here is in a frame, and a frame is a container that houses every other element in design. I didn't get the frame in color blue or color white, or any one of these. The frame was purely white. Then I went further to get pictures, elements, and every other thing to make this. There are different sites where you can get pictures like this, and every other from. I got all this from Freepik. I went on to Freepik. I searched for sky. So I searched for sky because I wanted color blue, because blue is calm, trustworthy, and responsible. And I didn't want my background to just be something plain. I wanted it to have a little bit of life in it. So I went for that to search for sky. Went through all the options and ensured I picked this. At least this looks good to the eyes. I placed this from Freepik into my frame. And I went on, this is a rectangle actually. this white background, there's a rectangle. With the help of Figma, I was able to put it on the frame. And I used white, so my text and every other thing would be visible. I said earlier, I use blue because blue is calm, is responsible, and is trustworthy. So I ensured I continue with the blue color here and here also. Some people might be wondering what this means and this, before I go onto other things. This red, okay, I'm familiar with MacBook and this sort. So this red signifies close, minimize, and this is to expand the website. This green dot here shows online visibility. So now you can see that, okay, yes, Messi is online. Messi's picture was gotten from free pick. At the back of my mind, I knew I wanted Messi's followers to be plenty. I likes to be plenty. So definitely Messi has to be a very jovial person. I went through the options and made sure I picked a very smiley and beautiful lady like this. I didn't get the picture in this shape. With the help of Figma, I was able to reduce the shape and everything to be able to fit into my frame. Her name is the boldest text here because that is one of the most important message I want to pass across. So I went for that. So this is what she does, her followers, then a little bit about Messi. This text is in smaller pixels because informations are not really needed and I don't want it to drag too much attention. There are also different icons. There's difference between icons and images. Also different sites where you can download icons from. I use the flat icons. We also have Google icons and sorts. I went on to flat icons and searched for Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. Downloaded it and was able to put it into the frame. Now this just shows that Messi also has accounts on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. Clicking on it to take you to show you more information about her on the apps. These are some of Messi's works, and after seeing it, you should want to. Most people would like to, okay, yes, I want to know more about Messi and follow her. This button here, the text in it is 14 pixels. And as a product designer, I know that every button should be 14 pixels. So I ensured this follow here is 14 pixels. This is also a rectangle. With the help of Figma, I reduced it and I was able to put in the text. So this serves as a button. If you want to follow Messi, you can always click on it. So I guess that's all about my presentation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Favor. Thanks for that. You can stop sharing your screen now. Then we're going to have Victorine. Victorine, please share your screen and present. After Victorine, we're going to have Kayla.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Victorine, and
can you be more audible, please, Victorine?
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Victorine and Yogai, and today I'm going to be showing you my capstone project from the summer bootcamp, and I'm from the Frontend Development class. And for my project, I designed and developed a bakery website for a bakery called Lux Cakes, and this is what I came up with. So this is the home page for the website, and it just shows like bestsellers. It has a gallery link, it has a nav bar, and then it has a special for a sale that was going on. And I also have 3 different pages linked to the home page, which are the order form for when you want to place an order. You would choose whatever it is that you want, and when you're done, you submit, and you come to this page, and you can return to the home page. We have a contact us page and an about us page. And then when you go back to the home page, you can also go back to the gallery and look through our different products that we offer. For the code that I did, I coded in VS Code, and it was in HTML, and I also used CSS to design the website. And this is my code for like the different pages that I had. And then in the code, I linked them to each other like we were taught in class, and designed with CSS. And this is all my design and styling. Oh, in the class, we learn about like different elements that we could use to like make our website how we wanted it to look. We also learn about different like websites that we could go to like add different things like Font Awesome, Google Fonts, and that's what I used to make my website look the way it did. Yeah, that's my project.
Thank you, Victorine. Thank you for that. Kayla, you can share your screen now. I hope we're all taking notes. I hope we're all taking notes. So for those of you who have not done anything in tech and all you have is interest, you can see now that you really can learn, and with the good support, with the support that you require, you're going to be able to do so much in a short time. And with much more importantly, your dedication. Okay, Kayla, go ahead.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Kayla Obinwa. I am presenting my projects on a school, as you can see on my screen. The name of the school is Elizabeth High. Let's go into the project now. I'm going to start with the headlines, first of all. And I was able to make the headlines by using the A elements. But before we go into the CSS, I would like to show you how I was able to group Elizabeth High and the homepage, about us, and contact us in different groups. When we go to the HTML, you can see how I made the div class and named it navbar, which represents the homepage, about us, and the contact us, and the nav, which represents Elizabeth High. Now let's go into the CSS. As you can see in the CSS, we see the navbar as I gave it the background color, which I got from the color hunt, the font family, which I named it Lato, the color I gave it white, the display I gave it a flex, the justify I gave it a content, the gap I gave it 30 pixels, and the padding I gave it 20 pixels. Next, we go into the nav, as I gave it a margin right of 500 pixels because I wanted Elizabeth High to be far away from the homepage, about us, and the contact us. Next, I go into the header, which is H1. Elizabeth High is simply the best for kids. You can see how I gave it the BR. It means that it ensures that any words you write here, it goes to the next line. And you can also see in the CSS, as a header, I gave it a background image, a background repeat of no repeats, because I only wanted the image to show once. The background size of 1000 pixels, the text align, which should be center, the padding of 200 pixels, the you can also see the P elements, and I also used the image source, the CRSS, which I got from unsplash.com. I used the strong element to make the happy children, best education bold. As we go on there, you see about us, which is the H2 elements, and also the 62 years of academic excellence in transforming young minds is also the H2 elements. Also the P elements, the H3 elements, the H2 elements, and I also gave it some images to show what they do in the school. And finally, under all the images, I gave my headlines, the A elements again. The home page, the about us, and the contact us. I also gave it their slogan as a button, Live to Learn. And you can also see the H2 elements, color white, text align center, the P text align center, font family lato, color white, H3 text align center, the strong color white padding 100 pixels. And I also forgot to tell you that the div class Navi, I also gave it a group as well. And I gave it a background color, which I also got it from Color Hunt here. The font family Lato, the colors are white. The display, I gave it also as a flex. The text align, which is all going to be center. The gap is 50.9 pixels. The padding, 20 pixels. And finally, the button. I gave it to the margin left, which will give a gap for the home page about us and the contact us. And the color I also got from Color Hunt, as if you look closely, you'll see that the live to learn and the exclamation mark are in different colors. And that is all I have to say about my projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Kayla. Nimoni, please share your screen. Kayla, you can stop sharing your screen now. Thanks for that presentation. So Nimoni, you go next. Mojola says, I'm ready. So Mojola, you'll be presenting after Nimoni.
Good afternoon. My name is Nimani Ajebe, and today I'll be presenting my very own school website. I use this website using the website Figma, and my school is called Haven High. I chose the word Haven because Haven means a place of safety, and I feel like that is what a school is. I chose the colors blue and white because to me, blue represents freedom, intuition, imagination, and inspiration, while white represents cleanliness and peacefulness. I got all my pictures from a website called FreePic. Here are some pictures of a family being happy. We have good websites and a YouTube channel to help children how to study and how to revise. If we scroll down, we'll see read more, and I use this icon using the prototypes on Figma. If you click on it, you'll see picked students having fun and doing very different activities. And we'll have some teachers speaking and what they think of our school. If we scroll down and go to About Us, we'll see another icon. And when we click on it, we'll see About Haven High. This is a picture that I also got from FreePic just by typing a school, a students, very many other things. And here are our students having fun within and outside the learning environment, doing new things and sharing and making new friends. And if we go to contact us, you would see you see our information. You can put your first name, message us, and send. I'm very happy that I did this course because it has helped me to increase my imagination and help me to learn different stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Nimoni. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you. Nice presentation. Okay, Mojola, you can share your screen now and present. Mojola, we're waiting.
Yes, I'm about to share it. So I did like a social media website, like when you want to enter someone's profile, this is what you see. First of all, like created the background, like I brought a shape of a rectangle and I scanned the color by doing this, like sectioning it and adding color. And a mixture of green and blue made it purple in the center. Then I brought another rectangle. I sketched it and I added the text. I made the text blue so like the blue text background could match. Then I brought the circle. I I also sectioned this like I sectioned the background. And then I brought the image from freepix.com. Then I also added the text from here. I made the background of the text a little bit of like teal so it will match the background. And yeah, that is it.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
done.
Thank you, Mojola, for your presentation. And I mean, it's been a long ride. Now we're going to get feedbacks. So we've had presentation from Timileyin, Favor, Jonugwa, Victorine, Kayla, Nimoni, and Mojola. So I'm going to ask our judges to give feedback. I would have loved to call our trainers, but they are not going to give me what I want to hear. So, Jesu Damilola, let's have you, please. Feedback for the front-end design students.
Oh, okay.
Front-end development students, please. Thank you.
All right. I don't have to put on my video again, right?
Okay, you can proceed.
Okay, so for Victorine, I think that's for the cake or baking website, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I have the first thing I picked was the layout. The layout of the website was a little bit yeah. So for the first thing is the header. I feel like you can actually sorry about that. So for the header, the placement, I feel like wrong placement. You can like so there's this thing I do when I'm coding. If I have like a banner and sorry, the logo, then like other links, I can like separate it, like put them into different divs. So for the logo, so when you're like designing using your CSS, you can like just justify one part to the left or the logo, place it to the right, and then it will be better. Then for the coloring, the I've forgotten how the whole structure was, but the color, I feel like you can use the white. You use white, right, Victorine? I feel like pink and white, they don't really go well. So when the customers check your website, they don't really see the text on the banner. And also the about us, this I just feel like you need to work more on your structuring and also the color choice, the font. There are some parts that are meant to be like bold, big, and there are some parts that are meant to be like a lot more smaller. You just need to like work more on that. Do you get that?
Yes, she can hear you.
All right.
So they will not be able to give you the response
Okay.
immediately for sake of time.
Okay, no problem. Then for Kayla, So I picked up some stuffs too for Kayla. And sorry, for Victorine, nice work also. You did a good job. And then Victorine, so sorry, Kayla. So the banner image is nice. I like the fact that you use the image of the school. And also for the text color can be different. Instead of, I can't remember the color you choose, but I feel like you can use a different text color, then the font style too. Just experiment with other styles and pick one that works. And I also feel like your alignment, because when you scroll down to like the about us and the other parts of the website, you can align your text to be at the center, and also the about us can be bigger, maybe use an H2 or H3, then align the text that follow to the center. And also the cards that you use, your cards, the images can be smaller and not just big, because, and also you can use maybe a divider like HR to like section your website, like this is in next, because I feel like they're all jumbled up together. And also when you move to the footer, the slogan can actually be under the banner, under the text at the banner where you put the I think elevation I can't remember the name of the school. Then you can leave the copyright alone at the website, on the footer, and the copyright can be at the center instead of adding the same links that you added on the banner, also on the footer. And if you want to use the links on the banner, on the header, on the footer, there are other ways that you can do that. So I feel like good job. You did well, Kayla and Victorine, and with time you get better. Thank you.
Thank you, just Damilola. And yeah, going by the short period of time and this work, when you also agree that they've done so well.
Yes, they did a good job, awesome job.
Yes. All right. I'm going to give my commendations. I have a lot. So yeah, well done. I think that means that's really the end of the feedback for the front end design students. Why do I keep saying front end design students, please? The front end development students. So we're going to get feedback from Genesis for the product design students.
All right, hey guys. Like Grace said, it's been quite a long ride. And I just want to say, first of all, well done to everybody. You guys did amazing. I thought I'd seen it all, but apparently not. So I am going to be giving feedback to, just to make sure that I have the order correct. I'm giving feedback to Timilane, Favor, Ojanugwa, Imoni, and Ojola. All right. So to start from Timilane, again, never mind. So to start from Timilane, I think something that he did very well is the structure of the website. I think the design of the structural design of the website is really good. The headers, the header, the size of the sections, and the text, like the text balance, hierarchy, alignment, really really good. He did really really well there. However, Timine, you should work on so there was a comment I made for Elizabeth Folarin. about her hero section, right? How white text shows up very easily on the darkened hero section. So I think you can really work on that, making sure that when you're using white text or any color of text, ensuring that it shows up properly and can be very easily seen against the background. So that's pretty much it, Timothy. For Favor designed a social media, yeah, a what's it called? Like a profile page for her friend Don Mercy or Mercy Don. I'm hoping I'm not murdering her name. So for this was also a really good one. The hierarchy was good. I liked that you pointed out the fact that you were intentional about the sizes of the text and making sure that the right things were seen first before the the things that had carried less importance. That is very, very important consideration. Um, I also liked the choice of your pictures, both for the skies in the profile and for the profile picture, right? I like those, and I liked the rationale, the reason behind you choosing those pictures. So well done on those. However, I just want to point out a couple of things. I think you need to work on horizontal alignment, particularly just um, on the follow button. You would see that the follow button is not properly aligned with the tabs. So the tabs are the guys where you have photos, galleries, etc, etc, right? Also, the profile picture was a little bit oblong. It was sort of like vertically long instead of perfectly round. So next time, what you want to do is you want to start from a perfect square and then giving it a border radius that makes it very round. So that would make it, unless you intentionally made it oblong like that. If not, you want to start from a perfect square. Also, I think this is the last bit. There was something you said at the end that every button should be 14 pixels. The text in every button should be 14 pixels. I would say that it doesn't necessarily have to be that. 14 pixels is a great font size to start with, and across board, generally speaking, it's a great font size for buttons. But depending on because when you're designing, you need to come from the perspective of the user, right? So if you are designing for a user who, for at least a user group who need glasses to see, for example, and can't see tiny text, or you're designing for people who, or you're designing an application that has a lot of text and you want things to be able to stand out properly, you might want to either use smaller text or larger text, right? It also depends on the platform. So um, while 14 pixels is a good tech font size, I would say don't be locked into that particular font size for buttons. Um, so it was also really nice work. Thank you very much. For Ajonugwa, um, the alignment was pretty good in most of the areas. However, I believe Ajonugwa is the person who did the design with the mosque in the background. Yeah, tag design, I think. The alignment was really good, but in the same vein, the positioning of the text wasn't exactly in the middle of the screen. So unless that was intentional, which I don't think it was, um, so you want to work on that. You also want to work on what I told Timothy as well. You want to work on being able to make sure that the text is very visible on your design, right? The text on top of the mosque picture wasn't very, very visible. So you want to work on that. So well done on that, Majanuba. The next person I believe would be Nimoni. Nimoni worked on a school website, I believe. I would, I think my comment on that would just be that the general hierarchy of things, you want to make sure that the size of text, the size of text relative to each other. So, for example, big text versus small text. And you want to make it possible for people to be able to tell the most important elements on the screen, right? Uh, Basically just the hierarchy. I think in terms of alignment, you did a really good work. And in terms of the color, too, you did a pretty good work. Well done, Nimoni. And I believe the last person I'll be speaking to is Mojola. All right, thank you, Nimoni. So Mojola, well done. I believe Mojola is the only person I think I saw a gradient, two different gradients rather, on her presentation, on her design, and I was pretty impressed. So well done with that, Mojola. The gradients were nice. I think you want to work on as well the sizes of the text in the buttons of your social media, like the social media buttons. Just want to review them and make sure that they are the right size. But the gradients were really well. I would recommend that Samuel, send you resources, particularly for developing gradients, because the one you did was really good, and I think it's going to be something amazing. I believe I've covered everybody. If anybody has questions for me, by all means, please ask. But barring any, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for the feedback, for the constructive feedback. Thank you. So now we're going to hear from our very own trainers. I was very proud because I am. These are students that knew nothing about tech, and in a few weeks, they're able to write codes. They're able to come up with designs, projects for their school, for their friends, and the like. So please, Dami, ladies first to say, let's hear from you. Your general thoughts about the students, how they started, how the class went, to the presentation that you have just seen. So let's hear from you. Then we'll go to Summer.
Okay, hi everyone again. And hi to the students from the product design. I'll start from there. I've been seeing amazing designs, and coming from someone that's terrible at designs, I'm just going to say well done, guys, that you had to learn and implement that in this time. And then to the developers, I'm really proud of you guys. You guys have done really well. I understand that design can be a problem for developers because you're too focused on just having a button, having something on screen that you don't really put thought into the colors and stuff, and maybe the layout sometimes. But like the other judge said, maybe if you can just take advantage of some of those websites we checked out in class, Color Hunt and Co, it should guide you, but don't be too fixated on color. You're a developer. And usually, as you've seen, you'll usually be recreating from what a designer has done. So don't fret too much about that. Just focus on upskilling, like everybody has been saying since. My feedback generally to everybody is like, to the developers, sorry, is that I think you guys should put into account responsiveness. I don't see anybody talk about whether or not their websites were responsive. I don't know if anybody added media queries. I don't think I noticed that. I don't know if it's because of the time frame. And then Kayla, I don't know why you presented from CodePen. I don't know why you were not able to show us professionally from VS Code. But other than that, I think you guys did a very good job. And I think the sky is the limit. And like Genesis said, you just need some extra resources to get better at some of these things. And like the guest said too, the learning journey never ends. You are in it, you have to just continue to the end. And about the classes, I have to mention that it was a learning curve for me as well. Because even though I was one training, I was learning a lot from them. There are many times they would come and ask me questions that I didn't know, and I'd have to research to answer. And there were times where someone would just come and say, oh, there's a shortcut I learned. This is how it works. And it was amazing for me. So I learned too. So this is me officially saying thank you to everyone that was in my class. I'm really glad I was given the privilege and the honor. Thank you, Ms. Grace.
I'm getting emotional. Thank you, Dami. So, Samuel, let's hear from you. I hope you don't make me cry.
No, I won't. I try my best not to. But yeah, great work, guys. Like I used to tell my students in the product design class that the essence of um, the feedback or criticism at the end of the day is not to say that they are not good at what they do or they don't know anything at all. It's just simply showing that they have the potential to be world best, and whatever feedback they're giving them or they receive today is just for them to improve on their skill set. So for everyone in product design, especially I think Timmy and someone else, I can't remember who at this moment. We used to talk about contrast and the use of overlay. So like Genesis highlighted where the background and then the text, there was no distinction between them. I believe you could have used overlay to create a dark overlay or a bright overlay, depending on the contrast issue to create some sort of distinction. And for Mojola, I'm surprised Mojola presented this particular design because although he worked on this in the space of 30 minutes, which was quite impressive. In fact, Mojola has much more wowing designs. I was just surprised in the dining that Mojola decided to take us by surprise. Maybe he wanted to wow everybody beyond this the whole thing. But there's one particular design I was actually looking forward to Mojola presenting, which actually looked like he gave it like 100%. Although he gave it 100% on this, and I believe his presentation was also powerful. Then for Nimoni and Ojonugwa, I mean, there were so many times when, let's say for someone like Ojonugwa, right, there were times when he wasn't in class due to network issues or thereabout, but at the long run, his presentation went on to show that even though there were times when he couldn't be in class at that particular point in time, he still followed through and then he was able to still carry on. And I'm totally impressed and I'm proud of everyone who has presented here. And for the web development guys, the front-end dev guys, I used to tell my students that one of our one of our aims in this presentation or the demo day is to cook some designs that the developers will actually sweat before they implement it. And I'm actually not happy that they were able to do. Well, I'm actually happy. Actually, I'm just kidding. I'm impressed that they were able to implement some of the designs that were shared with them. For example, I saw what Kayla did on the school website, and I was totally wowed. I was like, if Kayla was of age now, I probably would have decided to work with her or collaborate with her anytime there are like design projects and all that because she chopped and screwed it. I hope I'm getting the gender right. She or he actually chopped and screwed it like it was a professional looking website, and I'm actually very impressed with that, as well as every other person that presented today.
So thank you so much, Samuel. We want to hear your feedbacks. We want to know what you think of the presentations, what you think we should do better for the next trainings. Let us hear from you. Students, how was it for you? We want to hear. In the chat box shortly, there's going to be a form. Yes, there's a form. Click on that link and give us your feedback. You can record a video. You want us to see your expressions. We would love to see your expressions. Students, parents of students, friends, and family members on the call today, please take note of this link. Give us your feedback. We are sure that you love the work that you have seen, and I can bet you can see better work. You can see better results with your feedback. The judges, Joseph Damilola, what do you think generally of this? Please let us have your feedback. Genesis, please let us have your feedback. Our trainers, Samuel and Dami, we appreciate you. We also would love to get your feedback. We would like to see text feedbacks and video feedbacks. Please click on the links. For your parents and your friends that could not join, they have an idea of how the program went for you. So nudge them to give us feedback. You can copy the link, you can drop on your class group or drop somewhere that you can easily access it. Like I said, we want text feedback, we want video feedback. You didn't know how to do designs before, but now look at what you came up with. Let us know, so we can know how best to help you moving forward and how to help others get started too. So thank you so much. I should also mention that Falari, sorry, we can't come back to take your presentation. You've also received feedback already, so we'll not be able to take that. And for the sake of time, we're going to be ending the meeting soon. So now we're going to move. I'm going to invite my colleague and my boss, Faith Oyekeju. She's going to address us briefly, then let us know about the certificates. So yes, please welcome Faith with me.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. And I've just been wowed today. But before I go ahead, I would want to give a minute to our guests to also say something about the presentations they are seeing. I also want to give a parent an opportunity to also talk today. So let me start from our guest, Mr. Wale Oyepeju, to give his.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so very much for the fantastic presentations we've seen today. I'm particularly excited about what I've seen, and it is a testament to the vision that the Elenasy leadership has, and seeing it coming to life with all the various presentations. It is a thing of joy for me personally, and that's why we are rooting for Elenasy. We are rooting for you guys. That it's also to clearly show that talent is distributed, but opportunity is to those who can take it. And you guys have taken the opportunity, showcasing your talents. It's going to be great from here. So I encourage you to have that positive mindset. Take the feedback. Take the feedback that you've received, in good stead, and work on some of the improvements that they've mentioned. But I tell you, you have all done well. You have all, from what I've seen, the quality of the work, and even to some people that have graduated from the university, they don't have it as good as many of you today. That's the reality. That's what I take it from me, because I've seen a lot, in my 15 to 16 years of experience in this industry. What I see today, what I've seen today, oh my God, they are fantastic. They are fantastic, and it can only get better from here. So well done, guys. Every one of you have done well. Every one of you have done well, especially given the time that you had to prepare for this, and you came up with this level of work. Wow. Well done. Well done. And I was just imagine that if you intern in a company and you intern under somebody, within a couple of weeks, you become world class. And that's a testament that this thing can be learned, this thing can be taught, can be learned, and can be imparted. Okay? So well done, guys. God bless.
Thank you so very much. Do we have a parent that wants to also give us a feedback and also encourage our graduating students? Let's hear from a parent.
Hi.
Thank you, Mrs. Shiremekun.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can't hear you.
I'm not. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear myself. Yeah. Okay.
I hear you now.
Okay, beautiful. So thank you very much for this privilege. I want to say a very big well done to the teachers and a big thumbs up to the children, because it's not easy to do what you've done in the space of a month and then project in the space of 3 days. I really, really give it up to you. And the fact that you literally are like the Mr. Genesis said, when he was trying to address you, he said interns. And I picked that word and I knew that, yes, you guys like work like interns. Trust me, I really give it up to you guys. You did a fantastic job. Trust me. I know you might be feeling, oh, I didn't do well. Oh, I didn't have a chance to say everything I wanted to say. But trust me, you still tried. You really tried. Putting it together, whether the color was right or not, whether the font was big or small, it's not easy to do this and then present it. I feel you, I hear you, I might not see you, but trust me, you guys did a very, very good job. So I need you to give yourself a pat on the back, because that was amazing. You need to give yourself a pat on the back. And I also need to thank the teachers, because it's not easy working, especially in the holidays with children, time difference and everything. But thank you for giving up your time to teach the children and teaching them like in details. I know children make you go through that learning curve where you have to go and research and everything. So you're like relearning yourself. And even as parents, we have to like literally learn so many things while they're asking questions. As they're asking you, they're asking us. And thank you for your patience. That's another key thing. Patience to work with different children with different styles and different teaching. Like I told Mrs. Oyekweju before, I think the next thing is that you please continue this. Please don't stop here, because I think they need to continue from wherever they stop. Some of them are not going to front end or product design until the next holiday. Some of them might go into more training, and I think you should continue this. And I also think that when you're doing this next time, especially when the judges are handling it, there should be like a video presentation alongside the audio comment, so that even as parents, we can go along with what they're talking about and then guide the children on what they're saying, so that the children can see this is what they're saying. Because some children, once their eyes is off, their mind is off. Yeah, they can hear you, but they're not literally connecting voice to picture. And I want to really thank the judges. Not thank Mr. Genesis. You were so detailed. I really, truly appreciate you were so detailed into it. Thank you to Mr. Amilola too. Thank you very much. And I think that's it. Thank you so much to Mr. Oyekweju. You physically being here, turning on your video is an encouragement to the children at large. My son was literally screaming, oh, mommy, come and see this son. I'm like, that's beautiful. You know, so it's really good. Thank you so much for showing up, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Shiremekun. So your words have really encouraged us, and I'm sure everyone here today. So without much ado, because most of the things that I would have said today, Mr. Wale has mentioned them, and even you, Mrs. Shiremekun. So I want to really congratulate our graduating students. It is not everyone that's registered that are graduating today. Some fell along the line, so some people could not continue. But I want to congratulate every one of us here. We'll email a certificate to you after now, but these students have graduated today. And I want to especially thank our students from Canada and the US. They wake up very early. So now it's 12 noon in Nigeria, but for them it's like 7 a.m. So they have to wake up very early to join the class. You know, you're on holidays, don't want to wake up early, but they have to wake up early to join the class. So I say thank you very much. I want to thank everyone. You did amazingly well. For Mojola, who prepared in 30 minutes and you were able to pull off that work. Thank you. Thank you to our parents who released their children to do this. You know, Elenasy is quite new, but you trusted us with your children. We are grateful. Some of you even registered your 3 children. Thank you very much. We are grateful. So we'll appreciate your referrals. So this is not the end of it. We're launching a more robust curriculum cohort, which starts in October. So please, if you want to take it further from here, reach out to us. We encourage you to please take it further. And if you also have others who are interested. So at the beginning, my co-founder said, yes, it's we are looking at fostering greater representation of women in tech. We know that as parents, as women generally, we face a lot of challenges advancing our career. So why do we have young men here too? We know that these young men during the holidays that we're looking for how to engage them as women, we're looking for how to advance their career and go. So that's why we also made it open to as many men that wants to join. So please, we appreciate your referrals too. We appreciate also your feedback in text, video, any which way you can also send us your feedback. It will help us to go a mighty long way. So these are our contacts. We have our phone number, we have our email, and even our social media handles. Please feel free to reach out to us, share our social media handles to people who are going to share snippets from today on our social media handles. Please feel free to share with your friends who also have children, who have people, young people, women who want to pivot into tech, at whatever stage they are. Please refer them to us. We'll advise them. We do advisory, we do mentorship. So please bring them our way. We will nurture their journey until they can stand on their own. So we thank you once more. All the feedback, we're open, our phone lines are open, our emails are open, even on social media once again. My name is Faith, my co-founder is Ire, our staff are here. Please help us to advance the conversation. Thank you so much. We're grateful. I want to thank everyone here today. I know that at some points we're up to 45, but quite a number of people have left. Those of you who stayed with us, Mrs. Oyinka Thomas, we are grateful. Mrs. Obinwa, we are grateful. Everyone, we are grateful. Thank you for joining us. I may not be able to mention everybody's name. Thank you. So, okay, Mrs. Thomas wants to speak. Please go ahead. Your hand is raised up. Please go ahead and speak. And after that, Mrs. Obinwa can talk. You can unmute, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. I apparently raised my hand when you asked for a parent to speak, and it's apologies, I'm unable to turn up my video. I think the first thing I wanted to say is regarding the program and major feedback, basically. First, let me appreciate the teachers. I think they've done a wonderful job. Thank you so much for the team, for their patience, because I recall when I registered my kids, I hesitated at first because I was wondering how would they be able to catch up with my understanding of people in tech that are not typically that patient enough to be able to teach, not to talk of teach children. So I was eager to know how the children's participation will be. First day was the feedback, Mom is okay. Second day is okay. Third day, before 12, they're already, Mommy, now give me laptop, give me internet, you know, that they weren't telling me what to do. And before 12. So with that, I noticed that they got engaged and they were always looking forward to the class. Each time they missed the class for whatever reason, they beat themselves to it to say, no, I don't want to miss again, blah, 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 blah. But bottom line is, I think the teachers kind of engaged them, right? They made them to know that, oh, this is something that you can do, even when they know they're unable to, and they were able to prove themselves to say, oh, I can do this and do more. Another thing I equally wanted to mention to the team is on how, I think you've mentioned it, that it's not going to stop here, because it's something that I was thinking if it's possible for them to be doing, even when they resume school, it could be weekends, and hard doing the every weekend or 2 hours every weekend so that they can continue with the knowledge. because I don't know how to make them pick it up again if they're not in this kind of group, you understand? And lastly for me is also on how, I've mentioned the continuation of it. I've mentioned the teachers, also on the judges, yes. The feedback given, that's very encouraging, even when you know that the students or the intern needs to work more, the feedback were kind of constructive. And for me, that's thumbs up for the judges as well. Thank you very much for this wonderful platform. I sincerely appreciate your efforts, and I can't wait, to be honest with you, to spread the good news to others so that they can also benefit, and for the teenagers as well to also benefit and use their time constructively. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate your efforts.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Thomas. We really appreciate your kind words. Thank you. Mrs. Obinwa, please, your hand was raised at some point.
Yes, the speaker had just said everything. Greetings, everyone. The speaker had said everything I have in my mind and even more. You know, I love the platform and what the platform is doing. I mean, giving back their knowledge to the next generation. It's the computer age, and our kids should know more and more about this. So well done. She talked on continuity, said everything. So well done. My daughter is really, really eager to learn more. So I want a continuity to this program. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Well done, teachers. Well done. It's not easy to teach them online and impact the knowledge that you've done so far. So more of more of God's blessing, and every other thing you need to continue this program will be made available by God's grace.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. We're really grateful for your kind words. Like we said before, be our evangelist. So yes, we have a structured program coming up. So, but for your kids who may not be able to join the structured program, we'll still come up with a continuation on how they can advance this going forward. We'll reach out to you very soon on how we're going to go ahead with this. Thank you, everyone. Please, if you have any question after now, our phone lines are open. Our email address is here. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We'll be very grateful. And the certificates will be also emailed to them. Please, if you're on social media, if you're on LinkedIn, whatever platform you are, you can as well also go ahead and share and tag us. As you comment about it, please tag us. We'll be glad to see this feedback. Thank you very much, and God bless us all. Grace, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for that. Thank you to the parents who have given us feedback. We still want to have them documented. Please make use of the link dropped on the chat box. Students, facilitators, parents, friends, colleagues, please send in your feedbacks. We are going to keep in touch shortly. Once again, thank you so much for working with us. Thank you for partnering with us. Mr. Wale, thank you for being our guest today and for sharing from your wealth of knowledge to our students. Non-students have also taken some of the words you have shared. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jesu Damilola, for being our guest, for being our guest judge, and for giving your feedback. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Genesis. We really do appreciate you and your feedback. Thanks for joining us. We want to say a big thank you to Damilola Leyemi for our patience in teaching our students. We're also saying a very big thank you to Samuel Gurdis for his patience as well in teaching. And we are going to keep in touch with everyone. So please send in your feedbacks. Thank you